Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a little different. I'm actually going to do an everyday carry video about what I carry with me on my person just about every single day. One of my friends asked what kind of videos I was going to do in the future, and he had kind of brought this up, and he pretty much requested that I do one. So, you know who you are. This one's really for you. Don't know why he asked. He usually knows what I carry anyway, but I guess it's just something you wanted to see. So maybe y'all relate and want to see this too. So I actually work in junk removal. A lot of my time is spent outdoors, and so I use a variety of tools at my disposal to go through the day, and just in life in general. I carry a lot of stuff with me. I always try to be prepared, and these are just some of the brands, some of the things that I wear every single day, and the tools I use every single day. I'm not sponsored by any of these brands, people, companies, whatnot. And just so I clarify for YouTube, I'm following all your rules, guidelines, and regulations, and not trying to recommend anything to anybody that they should do. Just trying to cover my butt here because um, you'll see in a minute if I'm actually able to show it or not. But anyway, so let's just start from I guess the top of my head to the bottom of my boots, and we'll meet somewhere in the middle, I guess. Anyway, so usually every single day I'm wearing a trucker cap, as you see here, and this one is really, really dirty. I wear them pretty much because, well, I kind of feel lost without wearing one, and it protects your face and your head a little bit from the weather, and I just think they look sharp. Now, I will say this, like you can see, this one is really, really dirty, but this is the best hat I've ever bought, and I bought this probably about a year and a half ago. And this is what it's supposed to look like. You can tell the difference of how clean this one is. I actually just use this one for to look good and go on dates and things like that, Uh, good events for a good hat. Every man needs at least two hats in his life. One he doesn't care about and one he keeps clean. But it's made by the American Cattle Company. I'm sorry. I'm thinking that's who it's made by. Sorry. Rule Cloth, rulecloth.com. And it's well made. It's wonderful. I've loved it very much. It's sharp. Like I said, it's really comfortable, and it's really cool how they put little details into these hats. I don't know if you can see that. There's like I'm sorry, it is American Cattle Company who this is made by. Huh. Anyway, it's got this Rule Cloth tag on it. See if I can put that in frame well, but it is American Cattle Company. My bad. But they got these little barbed wire, like show it in here. You can see that kind of right here. This little barbed wire looking prints in here. And they've got a nice cool little statement on the side. I'll let y'all read that at your leisure. I thought that was really cool. It shows how um, prideful I think that these people are of their product, and I'd highly recommend one. They're awesome. So that's my head. Shirts, usually just wear a button down shirt of some kind. Um, this has this is a Wrangler shirt, pearl snap. I wear them mainly because I think they look sharp. They're versatile, and plus I always have like some kind of undershirt. So when I'm working, I take this off before I work, and in the summer it's great because when you're hot and you're sweaty, because I'm here in the South, it's the humidity is absolutely horrible. You sweat through your shirt in 5 minutes. It's nice to come to your truck at the end of the day and have a nice clean shirt. And if you're always forgetful like I am to bring an actual spare shirt, it's built in, fail safe of bringing a spare shirt with you. So that's kind of what I do. As for undershirts, I've got this one's just a gray undershirt today actually, but I'm really big into um, kind of retro and printed shirts with random sayings and stuff on them. I've got a couple that have like Harvard Law, just kidding, nope, not today, things from pop culture, think of like Dirty Harry's Go Ahead Make My Day, You're Killing Me Smalls. Cool shirts like that I absolutely love. Um, so those are the first three things I usually carry with me. Um, Underwear and socks, generic. Not going to go too far into that. Um, Belts. Usually I just wear a Dickies belt. Dickies belts to me are I would consider them really well made, but they do everything wears out over time. I literally got my last belt from Tractor Supply. That was a Dickies belt, and for $7, and it's lasted me 5 years. I'm still wearing it. It's comfortable. I can't complain about it. I'd show you a picture of that, but I don't feel like standing up at the moment. Maybe here in a minute. I just sat down. Um, so I might throw in a couple pictures here and there as well with this video. Not really sure how this is going to go. The second, or I guess the other fourth or fifth item I wear is the Wrangler. I'll try to guess. Okay, so as I was saying about the jeans, I actually went and got a pair to show you. So usually I'm wearing the Wrangler cowboy cut jeans. They're called WZMWZ. I'm sorry, they're called 47 MWZ regular fits. I've worn these pretty much all my life. To me, these are the best jeans ever made, period, bar none. Now, they're $50 just about when I go to Cavender's or a place to buy them like this, but they're absolutely worth it. They last an phenomenal amount of time because, like I said, I'm outside all day working on various things in this heat and in the cold, and they last a long time. They're soft. They're honestly, what more do you want in a jeans? They fit over boots. They look good with or without boots. You don't have to wear boots for that. Um, but I've literally worn them all my life. I've tried other jeans. I've tried the Levi's. I've tried the kind of Walmart Rustler brand, and those are good. I mean, I like other branded jeans, but overall, these win top notch, hands down. It's just hard to explain unless you've worn a pair for a long period of time. These are just the jeans. They're I can't explain that any better. I really can't. Um, in terms of boots, I'm usually wearing, and I'll just do this because it's easier if I can get this in frame. My Bigfoot, just some Ariat cowboy boots, slip on, square toes. They're really comfortable. They last a long time. Most of the time when I'm working, I really don't. I don't wear cowboy boots. These I just wear for around the house, yard work, mechanic work, things like that. They're just great slip on and off. They're great if you haven't ever bought cowboy boots before. I'd recommend. Like I've always been like the traditional just pointed toe guy, but these are the first um, square toe I've ever bought, and they've changed my mind completely. They're very comfortable, and these are already or they're not they're slip resistant, so they're made to be used for work. Other cowboy boots, you have to kind of break them in, because the soles are leather usually, and you got to scuff them up really good. These, you don't have to do any of that. Pretty much you're set from the get go. I'd recommend getting a pair. Like I said, they're great in the rain and wet weather. They're easier to clean to me. They don't track in as much mud and dirt and debris. But I do alternate boots. So like the other pair of boots that I wear are these pair of, they're dirty as you can see, these Wolverine boots. I've had these for like 5 years, and they're absolutely awesome. Very comfortable. The only problem I've had with Ariats in these boots, the Ariats, I had them for like 6 months, and the dang insoles started disintegrating. It's the only bad part about them I didn't like. Like the foam didn't disintegrate, just the covering came off, and that, to me, for $200 I spent on boots, which boots are expensive for those who don't know. Your feet do matter, so invest in them early on. Um, like I said, I didn't really care for the fact that they were disintegrating on that part. I think maybe that was just my use of, maybe, I don't know if it was me or the boot or defect or what, but every other part of the boot's great. It's just that one part, like just a little tiny, like the black insole part that you see in here, just the skin come off. That's it, and everything else has been fine. No bits of foam anywhere, just randomly. These, for some reason, I have tried my best to file them, but they still do it. These are like my third pair of shoelaces on this boot. They wear through it for some reason. I don't understand. But these Wolverines, these got the contour welt to them. They're awesome. Very comfortable. I wear these a lot. I've worn these to weddings. I've worked outside in them. I've done a lot of stuff with them. But overall, they're good boots. That's just going to sit there. Anyway, so those are kind of the normal clothing items I wear. Only other items I wear clothing, it's not really clothing, is always carry it with me every day. I feel like I'm naked without it, is a Timex watch. And to me, this is my favorite Timex watch because it's got these cool little if you can see that. It kind of moves back and forth. So this part of the bezel does not pinch you, because when you get in tight spaces that can happen. It's also got an, I think this is technically called a NATO band, but anyway, or not a NATO band. Anyway, it's just a strap. It's not leather. It's just like some kind of fabric band on this thing. I've had this also for about 5-6 years now. Just now replaced the battery on it, and I'd go with it again. This was like $50 when I bought it new, and I have beat the crap out of it. I don't know if you can see the wear and tear on this or not, but I don't know how well it'll show up on camera. There's a lot of wear and tear on it. The bezel does spin, but it don't do it anymore. I think it's got too much junk in it. I need to clean it. I recommend getting a Timex watch. There's a reason their motto is takes a lick and keep on ticking, or at least I think that's their motto. But they are built like tanks. They're known for lasting a long time. They're like the Toyota of watches. Like I said, I highly recommend getting one of those if you don't. Like I said, I'm not responsible. I am not sponsored by them in any way. I just love Timex. I like other watches. There's a lot of them I can't afford, but I liked, of course, Rolex, Tech Philippe, all those cool watches. They're awesome. Buddy mine has a collection of some. I cannot work in those. I would love to use them to go to weddings and stuff or dress up events, but every single day I'm knocking this thing around. I ain't worried about it. It's good to go. Other things that I carry with me, of course, are wallets. You gotta have a wallet with you. This one's nice because, well, I've had it since high school and still lasting. It's just a leather wallet I got from Walmart. Nothing special. Keys. You're not really... one of my friends said, you're not really an adult until you got a key ring full of keys that you don't really think you're going to need, but then you do. I don't understand. A lot of people don't wear the keys on a key ring thing like this, or whatever clip this is called, climb ring clip, whatnot. I do for a lot of reasons. I keep my keys out of my pocket because I hate things in my pocket in my way all the time. And I actually started doing this in college because my teacher, she was my geography teacher actually. She had a huge key ring, and I've seen people with them before. It's not the first time I'd seen them, but she had used her key ring so much in front of us to open stuff, and for some reason it just clicked with me, and I was like, dang, that's really helpful. I was just throwing my keys in my backpack or whatever just to keep them out of the way, and ever since I saw her doing that, I went and bought one, used it, never went back. It's been the best decision I've ever made for just keeping stuff out of my pocket. Speaking of stuff I keep in my pockets other than my wallet, I carry a pocket knife with me every single day. Usually I'm also carrying a Leatherman as well. You just never know when you're going to need one. This is actually a CRKT knife. You can see it. It's kind of heavily used. A little pencil mark there from sharpening a carpenter's pencil. And it's a Pazoda, I guess that's the model, or however you say that. Model number 6470. Very lightweight, very easy to use. You never really notice it in your pocket. It's got a nice little clip on the side, which I love. Any knife really needs to have a clip on the side if you're going to keep in your pocket. It just makes life a lot easier. I alternate through other knives as well. I've got a couple here I'll show you. May not show you all of them, but I love this Smith & Wesson, what's it called? Extreme Ops knife. My dad actually got me this. This knife is awesome. It's very sharp out of the box. I have yet to have to sharpen it yet. It's like I said, it's got a nice little clip on the side. It's a little longer and a little bit heftier, of course, than the smaller knife. Takes up more room in your pocket, but it is absolutely a beast. You can cut through any kind of plastic with it. It's not going to dull the blade. Smith & Wesson, you make a great knife. And let's just move on to Leathermans, I guess. So I actually have two Leathermans, both of which were given to me by the same person, a buddy of mine. His dad is my boss, and he gave me his personal Leatherman the first time. And this is just a Leatherman rebar. This is my favorite Leatherman of all time. Not just because it's black and sleek looking, but it's lightweight, and it's got these nice little tabs. So when you open your knife, or any kind of your attachments or whatnot, you just click this, and I can do this without cutting myself. You just fold it down. It's great when you have gloves on. Easy to do. Only downside this one is, You can't replace the stuff on them when they break. The other Leatherman I'll show you in a second, called the Leatherman Free, you can, and that's really a plus for me. Plus, it doesn't have the clip on the side. I actually bought a leather case for this one, and I actually prefer this over the other one to some degree. But like I said, they both got their pluses and minuses. But the one I use the most is the Leatherman Free because it's just the most prepared. If something breaks, I can fix it. It's really awesome. I will say the only thing, like you can see, I've used this one a lot. You can see the burn marks, scars, things I've used it to start cars with. It's got some rust buildup from sweat and whatnot, but it's got the nice little clip on the side for when you put it through into your pocket. It's just a little bit bigger. It did come with a case. I don't think the Leatherman rebars do, but this one did, and you can use that if you wish. I just choose not to. I'd rather have this actually in my pocket because it's easier to get to, especially when you're wearing gloves. And speaking of wearing gloves, like I said, the rebar is easy on and off when you have gloves on. This one, the only downfall is this little mechanism here for when you open up something. I think I actually opened up two things here. Nope, I opened up one. Okay, so basically you have to push this up and then down. For some reason I find that a little hard to do. But Leatherman, if you don't have one of these on your person or in your car, I highly recommend that. You just don't realize how much you're going to need a multi-tool until you actually need one. And uh, my boss's dad actually is the one who said this, and I'm hoping I'm quoting it right because he's told me this before. He says it's not the tools that you have that cause you problems, it's the ones you don't have that do. So always being prepared, always trying to figure out like what am I going to need like on a road trip or every day walking around town? What's going to make my life easier? What's the easiest thing to keep in my pocket? And you don't have to go spending wild money on stuff either. I'm not saying that. You just do stuff on a budget, do what you can, and buy what you can afford. Don't worry about impressing other people. For a long time, I just used a random knife that I've had forever, and it finally broke. And I got this one from my dad for Christmas, and then I bought a couple of other knives. I bought this one, and I bought um, this one actually. I got out of I found this in a storage unit, believe it or not, the CRKT, and I fell in love with it. But overall, don't worry about what other people, try to force upon you or try to coax you into. I'm just trying to give you an idea, maybe what you might want to try to do if you're not doing it already. Because if you're working outside, if you're working in a blue collar industry, or if you're just someone who wants to be prepared, it's great to have options. The more options you have, the more likely you'll be able to get out of a situation or be able to fix a problem. Like I said, these Leathermans, they've got nice different tools. They got scissors, they've got, of course, wire cutters and pliers. They've got knives, screwdrivers, saws, different stuff. Also, you can use a knife to unscrew a flathead if it's the right size, kind of thing. So, um, always be prepared, as I guess my goal here, but I'll move on. Next thing I always have on me is this, and this is a Pepto-Bismol tablet, because if you get acid reflux or your stomach hurts, if you ever need one, it's good to have. And it fits right there in your little pocket that you have on your side of your jeans, if you have one of those. And if you buy the Wranglers, you will. It's great to just put it there. It's not going to go anywhere. And it comes in the Pepto-Bismol tablet things, come in a nice little package. This one I cut them, so it kind of got a little too much of the plastic. But you just fold it over, you stick it in there, you're good to go. I don't always have my phone on me, but my phone is usually in my truck. Like I said, I try to keep this. I'm not really a technology person, and yet here I am on YouTube sharing my everyday effects, but always good idea to have a phone. The only thing I like about phones really is Facebook Marketplace and probably um, probably looking up YouTube videos and GPS. GPS is the awesome part. Learn to use a paper map if you don't. Just young kids, learn to do that. Parents, teach your kids, please. Learn to read a normal map, because when the technology goes down, I'm not saying it's going to, but I'm just saying your battery can die. You cannot have signal. I went to a concert one time in the middle of nowhere in some guy's field. Actually, I think it was to watch Zach Top, and great concert. But the cell service sucked, so I couldn't use my GPS to get home. But luckily, I had a paper map, and plus I had other people kind of going the same direction. So my point is, don't fully rely on one thing. Have an option. I guess that could be the title of this video. Have options. Good in dating life, good in life for work and everything else. Anyway, what else do I usually carry on me? Okay, so this is some cheap sunglasses. Like, I never wear expensive sunglasses if you work outside a lot, or if you do any type of like manual labor or motorsports. Just don't do it, because you're going to lose them. It's like, more expensive the glasses are, the quicker they walk away. You'll never lose these, but that's what the old adage is. I bought these at Lowe's. They're like $10 ish, plus or minus. These are just the Hillman sunglasses. They're scratch resistant, impact resistant. They're polarized, is why I like them. And I have gone through several pair of these, not because I broke them, but because like after about like 10 months or a year of wearing them, just because I put them on my head, I think I pull them apart too much. Usually they kind of crack right here. Sometimes they break off, sometimes the lens falls out. But these are great sunglasses for what they are. I'm very impressed with how well they do, and how, like I said, they're scratch resistant. I've dropped these things, I've scratched them, but like, I've not actually scratched them to the point where they've affected my vision. Like, I could rub this across it and it wouldn't hurt it. That's my point. I never had a problem with them being scratched, I guess what I'm trying to say. But these are great. You don't have to buy these. You can buy any one you want, but if you do, they're at Lowe's. $10. Can't hardly beat that price. Let me see, what other knife do I have? I got one of these. It's kind of dull. Not really good. What else do I have to show y'all? I think that's okay. I got one more thing. I don't know if YouTube will let me show this, but basically, I'm just going to tell you that it is a firearm. I'm usually always packing somewhere. I'm not going to say how or where, but I'm always at least having something with me, because the world's crazy, and I look both ways at green lights and one-way streets now, because, well, unfortunately, we live in a society where we have to defend ourselves occasionally. So at this point, I'm going to attempt to show it to you. If not, I'm just going to say this is what it is. It's a 1911 A1. I carry other firearms sometimes too, but usually this is my everyday carry. And so I'm going to show a picture of it. Kids, remember, do not play with firearms. This video complies all with YouTube's rules and regulations. I'm not trying to do anything illegal or harmful to young people, old people, or anybody. I'm just trying to educate people here. Okay, so this is what I usually carry. It's a Auto Ordnance 1911, if I can show it to you, U.S. Army model. I think I misquoted by saying it's an A1. Anyway, it's just U.S. Army model. That's my bad. Anyway, it is a 45. Alright guys, I think that's pretty much it for this video. I've shown you just about every single thing that I usually carry with me on a daily basis here and there. Like I said, I don't carry all of them all the time. I alternate between knives, I alternate between sunglasses here and there. But in general, that's what I carry with me all the time. And as long as you've got your wallet, your phone, and your keys, pretty much any man or woman should be good to go. So, long story short, be prepared, and just think for yourself. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching this video, and if there's anything I missed, or if there's something else you want to see, please put it down in the comments. Tell me what you guys carry every day. I'm kind of curious. What do you guys use on a daily basis that you can't live without? You know, what kind of knives do you carry? Do you carry a knife at all? Do you carry something different? There's many different types of instruments people could put in their pockets to use for their jobs. So I know a guy who keeps pliers in his pocket all the time. Needle nose pliers, he just keeps them in there. He's not even an electrician, he just says they're the best ones he ever used. I've got people who don't carry knives at all. They just carry like a little razor blade with them, just in case they need to open a box or something. That's completely fine. Everyone's different. So I'm just curious, tell me what you carry with you every day in your life. And thank you again for watching. Consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. And remember, work hard or go home.